Hi, Ms. Brown here. We're talking today about linear function pattern recognition. So students will be able to identify if it's a linear function from a table of values. And to do that, you need to know what the rate of change is from a table of values. To do this, we are talking about, our opener is talking about a cell phone contract. You pay an initial fee of $250, and you can see that $250 right here in the table. So before you go anywhere, before any months have passed, you have paid $250 just to get your cell phone contract. And then your monthly payment for unlimited voice, text, and data is question mark per month. That's what we're trying to find. What is the monthly payment? The first thing we're always going to do when we see a table is to find the change in X and the change in Y. And what that means is we're simply going to see how we go from one to the next. So 0 plus 1 gives me 1. 1 plus 1 gives me 2. And you're going to do that all the way down the table for both the X and the Y. So from 250 to 280, that's an increase of 30. You can use your calculator to subtract 280 and 250 to get that value if you're not seeing that right away. So in looking at this table, you can see that the change in X for all of our months is 1, and the change in Y for all of our Y values, which is the total amount spent, is 30. That's $30. So getting to the question of how much have we paid each month, you can look at our table of values over here. And so from 0 months to 1 month, we have spent $30. You see that right here. So as we go from 1 month, we spent $30. As we go from 1 to 2 months, we spent $30. So for each month, we spend $30. And how do we know? The total amount spent increases by 30 each month. And we see that right here. And then it says, which of our 4 functions do you think this is? And because our change is constant, we know that this is a linear function. And why is because it changes by a constant amount or it has a constant rate of change. So we're defining these vocabulary words that we used in that opener, just above this in your notes. So initial value, we used that. That was the amount that we spent when we no time had passed. That's always our starting value. And another way to say that would be the value when X is 0. The rate of change, abbreviated ROC, you will often see this with the triangle Y over the triangle X. That triangle is a delta symbol. You see that often, and it means change. So change in Y over the change in X. A constant rate of change, constant means the same. It does not change. So that change in Y over the change in X is the same for the whole table when you have a constant rate of change. And then the unit rate, unit always means per 1 or over 1. So to get the unit rate, you have to reduce your rate to something over 1.